everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man, and today we are looking at a trick-taking game from Helvetiq, which is made in Poland. This is a 3 to 5 player game, takes about 30 minutes or so to play. It is called Zen Master. The gaming table with Zen Master. Alright, so here are the components of the game that you see. Not much to it. You're going to have your white matches, your black matches. You also have these called scorecards, which are right here, which you get 10 of these in the game. And you also have these number cards from 1 that go all the way to 50. And the object of the game is you're trying to have the least amount of sticks, white and black, in your possession at the end of how many games you play. The number of games you play depend on how many players you have. So if you have a 5-player game, we have 9 rounds per game. Okay, and you have 10 point cards. So you're going to go through all these cards except for 1. And then you tally up your score. So you do need a pencil and paper that do not come with the game. You do need to have that with you. On the side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a minute. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these 1 to 50 cards, and we'll get this party started. All right, so all the cards have been shuffled, and let me go ahead and go over the objective of the game. In Chinese philosophy, yin and yang represent 2 opposing forces within us. So in Zen Master, the player who best succeeds in balancing these 2 forces will be the winner. And that's what I was talking about with the white sticks and the black sticks. They're matches. And whoever has the least amount of matches after the set amount of games, which, like I said earlier, depends on the number of players. All right, so each player, we're going to go ahead and do a 3-player game. That way I can kind of show you how this works. After the deck has been shuffled, you're going to give 9 cards to every player. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you're going to put the rest of the cards in the middle of the table. The person to the left of the dealer is going to go ahead and turn this over. And that is going to be your points card. Now this is going to show that whoever has the highest card number will receive 7 black matches. The lowest card will be given 4 white matches. So that's what the black means on top and the white on the bottom. Okay. So each player is going to look at their 9 cards. They're going to look at these, and they're going to see how high and low their cards are. Hopefully they're pretty spread out, which mine is not too bad. I have a lot of lower end cards, it seems like, because the cards do go to 1 to 50. So I will choose 1 card. I'm just going to blindly do this. Okay. Second player is going to blindly choose a card here. That way I can kind of show you how this works quickly. And then player 3. And you probably already get a gist of it because it's really not that difficult. Okay, so each player is going to show their cards. 2, 9, and 23. So right now we know that 23 is the highest number. So this player over here will receive 7 black matches. 6 and 7. Player 2 is in the middle. They're not going to receive anything, so that's good for player 2. And then player 1 is going to have, since they have the lowest card, they're going to get 4 white matches, like so. Okay, and now we are done with that. So these cards will be placed in the discard pile and out of the game. Okay, like so. And then this will be discarded as well. And then you're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do round number 2. Black, 6 black, and 3 white. Okay, let's see what happens here. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and do this, and this, and this. All right, so now we're going to look at the cards. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I probably wouldn't want that to happen there for the player 3 there because he's going to get more black matches. But let's just say for this example, he had 27 and this player had 50. Okay, that'll be a good example here. So what's going to happen here? Once again, player 2's in the middle, so that's perfect. Player 2 is in a perfect, he's got 0 going on right now after the second round here. Now, what happens here is now player 3 has the lowest number, so he's going to get 3 white matches. And like I said, yin and yang, well, they're opposite ends, so what happens is you will get rid of 3 black. So 3 black and 3 white will cancel each other out. So these now go back into the pile. So now he went from having 7 down to 4. Now this player here has 6 black. So obviously when he would take 6 black over here, 5, 6, 4 of these would cancel each other out. So you would only end up with 2 white. Okay, so that got a lot better for 2 players there. This player went down from 6 to 4. He went from 4 to 2. Okay, and then that's the end of that round. Okay, so you probably see how this works. So this is going to be in the discard pile, and this will be discarded. Then you're going to go to the third round. Third round shows, okay, this round's going to be 5 black and 3 white. So obviously, player 1's really going to want those 5 blacks, so he can turn into 3 blacks here, because he doesn't want to go into 5 whites. He doesn't want to do that. This player definitely wants the 3 whites, because then he'll only end up with 1. And of course, player 2 is hoping, hey, if I can just stay in the middle, hey, cool, you know, that kind of thing. So they're going to play their cards here. Let's go ahead and just put them face up here. 11, 1, and 44. Okay, so what happened here is, well, he went a little high over here, so now he's going to end up with 9 of these matchsticks, 5 matches. But unfortunately, they're all black, so now he has 9. This player now has the lowest one, so he's going to end up getting 3, which still isn't bad. It's not too bad. And he gets 5, but obviously you cancel those out. He'll end up with 3 black ones. Okay. I'm sorry, no, he doesn't get anything. He's in the middle. What am I talking about? He still keeps the 2 whites. So he stayed in the middle, so he was actually very happy about that. Okay, and that's the end of that round there. And you're going to go through 9 rounds doing this. So you're going to use all these point cards except for the last one. So once you get that last one, you know you're down to your last one. You use 9 of the 10. All right? Then we'll do one more here just to kind of show you. He goes 3, he goes 40, and he goes 20. Okay. So once again, he's going to... Oh, I just forgot to turn this over. Okay. So the highest number will get 5 black, and the lowest number will get 2 whites. He stays the same over here, unfortunately. He is actually going to get the highest, which has 5 black, which cancels out 3, so now he would only have 2 black. That was a good move for him. He has a lower one. Unfortunately, he's going to add 2 white to his arsenal here, so now he has 4. So that didn't better him at all. He stays the same, luckily. And then that's the end of that round. Once you go through the 9 rounds, okay, once you go through the 9 rounds, you're going to get that piece of paper, you're going to get that pencil, and you're going to mark down all your scores. If this is how it ended, you would say 9, 2, and 4. That's how you would put it down on the score sheet. And then you would reshuffle the number cards along with the score cards, and then you would do it again. Like I said, every game you play is how many players you have. Each player will have a turn to be the dealer, okay, and the person to flip it over. So the dealer goes from person to person, each person, and that's how many rounds. So in this case, we would go 3 games. You would finish off these, you would write down your scores, then you'd have a second game. Next player would be the dealer. They would deal out, they'd flip over the cards. You write down your scores again, and then you have your third and final game, since we only have 3 players here. And whoever has the least amount of points after those 3 rounds wins the game. And that, my friends, is Zen Master. So let's head on up to the game room, and I will give you my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on Zen Master. You know, I like it. I really do. Let's put this up here. I really enjoy it, to the point that I'm going to break out the thumb meter. Yes, it is a good one. It's a thumbs up in my opinion. I do like it just because of it is unique. which I'm always looking for trick-taking games that are unique. And I do like this one because a lot of trick-taking games, you're like, okay, I need to win this next trick, so I need to get my highest card or whatever you got to do. But this one, you have to adjust from the lowest card to your highest card, to your lowest card, highest card, depending on what the numbers are out there. And what's good too is that you have 9 rounds to try to even yourself out. So even if you get clobbered in one side, say you get like 6 black matches in the first round, it's no big deal. Okay, I got clobbered with 6 of them. That's okay. Well, there's a lot of whites out there. I can try to get them all, zeroed out with each other, and that way I can knock that down. As you saw, at one point I had 8, and then you can easily get those knocked off by getting the white and trying to get that lowest card out there. And knowing that there's 1 to 50 in there, it kind of helps a little bit too. But if you really think about it, if you do the math, if you have a full 5 players playing, and each one of you gets 9 cards each round, or 9 rounds each game, or 9 cards each game, that's still 45 cards. So even if you have 5 players playing, there's still 5 cards in that deck that are not in the game. So you might be thinking, okay, where's that 50 at? That 50 might not be in there. It might be one of the 5 that weren't in that deck because there were 5 weren't played in that game. So, but I like that you only get 9 cards. Each player gets 9 cards per game. So you really don't know between 1 and 50. It's anybody's guess. The only bad thing I can really think of is maybe you get hit with a bunch of high numbers or a bunch of low numbers. That might be, a little luck is involved there where you might, actually it won't be too much luck. You get a lot of white ones, you get a lot of black ones, and you're in danger there. You might get a little bit in trouble. So hopefully the person shuffling the cards does a really good job shuffling. That's all I can say. Hopefully you get some low and high because that makes it perfect. When you're trying to get rid of black matches or you're trying to get rid of white matches, get those yin and yangs together. That way you can cancel them out and get that lowest score. I do like that you play for every player you play. Or I'm sorry, for every player that's in the game, that's how many games you play. And whoever has the lowest amount of score at the end of those 3 rounds wins. I did not see any tiebreaker things in there. So I'm not sure how you want to do that. It might be maybe you can house rule it. Maybe who has the lowest amount of white ones at the end or something. I don't know how you want to do that because you don't really keep track of the black and whites at the end of each game. You're just writing down your score. So maybe it's something along the lines you can house rule something if there is a tie or you just share the victory, that kind of thing. But there was no rule about tiebreakers in there. That's why I didn't mention that in the tutorial. But anyway, that is my review of Zen Masters. So I found it for really cheap. I think I got it for maybe $6-7. It was really cheap. Found it in McKay's, of course. It was brand new. And what's cool, too, is it opens up like a matchbox. So it's pretty cool. You got the instructions right there. You got your matches right there. And it actually opens up like an old school matchbox that you used to get back in the day. So that was really, really cool how they did that. And I like the way it says game, set, match. So that's the matches right there. So pretty cool little game. Nice, cheap game. Doesn't take much room at all. Just a small box. It's not in a tin, thankfully. It's in a box. So I like that as well. So, and it takes maybe 2 minutes to read the instructions. Okay, 9 cards to each player. You play how many games depending on how many players. Okay, we're good. And then the black and white offset each other. That's all you need to know in this game. That's what makes it a lot of fun. All right, thank you very much for watching as always. And happy gaming.